Hello, dear students. In this video, I am going to teach you or give you knowledge about the item shown on the debit side of trial balance. The specimen of trial balance is trial balance as at suppose it is 31st 3 2024, because trial balance is always prepared at the last date of an accounting year or at the last date of a month. This is for credit balance items. I have already discussed with you the items on the credit side of trial balance in earlier videos. You need to go through that video thoroughly, watch it again and again, listen it carefully. If you have still problem, you can call me. My cell number is 9333124957. It is available on WhatsApp and Telegram, and you can directly come in contact with me through Google Meet or Zoom uh, or other live video classes app to discuss your problems. This is serial number. This is particulars or heads of account. Heads of accounts. This is LF, laser folio, means laser registers page number. LF means, sorry, amount. This is for debit and this is for credit. Rupees, because we Indians mention it in rupees. If it is America, it might be in dollars. If it is Kenya, it might be in K. So the denomination digit is same, but the expression may be in rupees or dollars or yen or ruble, etc. So the item shown on the debit side of trial balance. First of all, trial balance is a statement. It is not an account. Okay. It shows only the ledger balances which have either debit balances or credit balances. So here I am discussing in this video the items shown on the debit side of trial balance, not credit side, because I have already discussed about the credit side items in my earlier video. One item which I forgot on the credit side, there are so many items, but one special item that I forgot to mention on the credit side was purchase return account or return outward account. That is also an item on the credit side of trial balance. Why purchase a return account or return outward account is on the credit side? Because it is of the opposite nature of purchases account. Purchases account is an expense, and expense are usually on the debit side, and the purchase return or return outward is of opposite nature of purchase. That's why it is on the credit side. That I forgot in my earlier video. Now in this video, let us start again in brief. The items related to assets and properties account are on the debit side, like land and buildings account, plant and machinery account, furniture, fixtures and fittings account, goodwill account, patents account, copyright account, trademark account, leasehold or freehold premises account, then cash account, bank account. If bank account has a debit balance, then it is on the debit side. Sometimes it is bank account credit balance, then that will be on the credit side. Cash account, bank account. Inventories, usually opening, is on the debit side. All these items are on the debit side, not on the credit side. Okay. Here one thing which I would like to mention, that only opening inventory is on the debit side. Sometimes there will be closing inventory that will be also on the debit side, but the closing inventory is not usually taken in the trial balance. Why? It is only taken when there is adjusted purchases account, or net purchases account, or cost of goods sold account, or gross profit or gross loss is given. In that case, only closing stock is shown, or closing inventory is shown on the debit side of trial balance. And in usual cases, we will leave closing stock. We will not include closing stock on either side of the trial balance. So inventories, sundry debtors. Sundry debtors are also known as trade debtors. Trade debtors. It is also known as sales ledger balance. Sales ledger balance. Sundry debtors means there are so many debtors or customers, we have dues with them, they owe us. So the total of all the debtors is called sundry debtors or trade debtors. Sometimes it is also known as good debt. Then bills receivable account, prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses is also known as unexpired expenses or deferred expenses or unexpired expenses. They are taken. They are also known as deferred revenue expenditures. Sometimes they are all on the debit side. Any kind of expenses, if it is prepaid or advance or deferred revenue expenditure nature, they will be on the debit side. Accrued income. Accrued means outstanding income. Any income, whether it is interest on investment, dividend, rent, apprentice premium, if it is due but not received. Due but not received means that the time for receiving them has expired, but till they have not yet been received. We have given the services, our part is clear, but the party has not paid yet the amount. Then that income is called accrued income or outstanding income. That income is also on the debit side. One thing we should keep in mind, if there is advance income, that is on the credit side, and if it is outstanding income, that is on the debit side. Then investments in shares, investment in shares or debentures or stock or bond or simply investment or fixed deposit. They are all assets, so they are on the debit side of the trial balance. Fixed deposits, term deposits, they are the item of the debit side of the trial balance. Then we have losses. Any related to losses are on the debit side. So these are all assets related account. It is not that these are the only assets in this world. There are so many assets. I have discussed here a few popular ones. You will usually find in your questions. But even if you have problem, again call me. But you must read your books thoroughly. Losses. Then expenses and losses are also shown on the debit side. So expenses like purchases account, wages account, salaries account, rent account, freight account, carriages account. I am writing one after another because I have less space. So, but while preparing, you have to write purchases account amount. Then below this wages account amount. One after another. Vertically we will put the accounts, not one after another. While preparing, freight account, carriages account, uh, freight carriages account, uh, taxes account, insurance. All these expenses should be related to the business. Then they are shown on the debit side. Repairs and maintenance account, general expenses account, bad debts account, depreciation account, advertisement account, sales expenses, office expenses, administrative expenses, distribution expenses, uh, goods for free sample account, charity account, donation account, etc. Any expenses, those are related to that business, they are shown on the expenses and losses, they are shown on the debit side of the trial balance. So, and finally, drawings account. This is not the last. Drawing account, they are also shown on the debit side. Because why drawing account is shown on the debit side? Because drawing account is it belongs to the capital account, but it is in opposite nature of the capital account. Usually capital account has credit balance, while drawing account has a debit balance. While preparing final accounts, drawing account is deducted from the capital. Like in earlier cases, I have told you that the purchase return is of the opposite nature of purchases account. So if purchases account is on the debit side, that means purchases return or return outward account will be on the credit side. In the same way, if capital account is on the credit side, then the drawing account is a deduction against capital at the end of the year. So if drawing account is mentioned separately, then it will be shown on the debit side. And one item still left, sales return or return inward account. Sales return account, if it is maintained separately, it is a deduction against sale, and sale is an income, it is shown on the credit side. So sales return or return inward account will be shown on the debit side. So while preparing trial balance, we have to keep in mind that any accounts related to assets and properties of that business, that will be shown, that account's amount will be shown to the debit side of the trial balance, not to the credit side of the trial balance. In the same way, the expenses and losses of that business, of that organization, for that particular year or particular month, all those expenses and losses account will be shown on the debit side of the trial balance. One thing is to be clear, if it is prepaid expenses, that is not an expense, that is an asset. And if it is only expense, then it is an expense. Like taxes account is an expense, but if it is mentioned prepaid taxes, the prepaid taxes is an asset, it will be on the debit side. But only taxes account, that means it is an expense, and it will also be on the debit side. Only insurance account, that means it is an expense, it will be on the debit side. And if it is prepaid insurance, that means it is an asset, and still it will be on the debit side. But if it is outstanding insurance or outstanding taxes, then it becomes a liability, and that goes to the credit side. Those are the things that we have to keep in mind. And carefully reading your theory books or study material and seeing this video, I hope you will be able to make trial balance in much easier way. And after putting all the items on the respective debit side and credit side, if we total both sides of the trial balance, what we will see, if this side has total 10 million, 1 million, then it will also have the total 1 million. Both sides must agree. If you put correctly as per rules the items on the debit side and on the credit side as given in the question, then the trial balance must tally. The total is written grand total or simply total. So this is the formula for preparing trial balance. Thank you from Gyan Darshan tutorial.